I know it's not real.
Roach likes carrots. Maybe Unicorn will too. Cold game's not likely to tempt a unicorn. What would you say to a delicious, crunchy carrot? Easy. Gardens are huge. Be better off on horseback. Golden fish should be easy to spot once I'm under.
Ew, stinky.
What the blazes? What a scum! Outrage! Bad form, sir.
Do something!
Do what exactly? Am I to jump in the water? Lodge an official protest.
Does not feed him as well.
What's your praise?
No bats.
Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules.
अलाउद्दीन ये क्या उठा कर लिया है?
चाचा जान,
I've another. Show me yours.
आप ही ने तो कहा था लाने।
अब हम पर ये वक्त आ गया है कि हम इनसे शुतुरमुर्ग लाने की फरमाइश करें।
Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a crone, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Mice and cheese. Palace pantry, maybe?
No, the hare is obliged to hide here in the gardens. Look, if we take Crore, hollow it out and fill it with ease, the letters, that is, we get green. Then mouse, but starting with what heads hard cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. And it sounds right to me.
Greenhouse is in the gardens, but only one with a door.
Why do
तुम्हारी जान आप पर कुर्बान अब्बू जान।
हमारी भी।
Let's go.
तुमने हमारी बेटी की ख्वाहिश पूरी की है। इसके एवज में हम तुम्हें इनाम देना चाहेंगे।
Wait here. Watch. What was that? I'm here. This belonged to you, maybe?
It's dead, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
I don't kill innocents. Murderers, though, you bet.
I'll soon be done. I've but one left. And you, should you not stand down.
And once you're done, intend to leave? Go kill somewhere else?
I intend to live. Happily ever after.
Damn you. I won't let you kill again.
to stay where you were. Regenerate!
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself!
No, he's my friend. Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You all right?
All's in.
हमें कुछ याद नहीं है।
लेकिन अलाउद्दीन कुछ नहीं भूलता। चाचा जान, हम आपकी इतनी इज्जत करते हैं, आपने एक पर मांगा, हम पूरा शुतुरमुर्ग ले आए।
पर? हाँ, याद आया। शहजादी मेहरू के लिए।
ओह, मेहरू के लिए।
मेहरू बेटे।
मेहरू बेटे।
क्या चाहिए? बोलो।
आपकी ख्वाहिश पूरी करने के लिए हमने अपनी जान खतरे में डाल दी। अब हमें आपकी जान चाहिए। आपकी शहजादी मेहरुनिसा से हमारा निकाह।
बड़ा शातिर है, एक नायाब चीज देकर दूसरी मांग रहा है।
अल्लाह की बनाई हर नायाब चीज पर सिर्फ अलाउद्दीन का हक है।
कौन कहता है?
अलाउद्दीन।
I came here for Detlaff. I fear he's becoming.
हमारे दामाद इस महफिल से गैर मौजूद क्यों हैं? उनसे कहिए हमने तलब किया है।
Friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlaff is, how would you humans put it, more bestial than I am.
Seem pretty damn sure of that.
I am, because I know him very well. Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course.
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the field.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Detlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus...
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once in the street had offered Detlaff an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Detlaff found what was left. Leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter, regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which...
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. Detlaff is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher,
We flew here as fast as our coursers would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Sir! Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
Dearest.
I suspect weighty affairs, rather than merely the wine festival, have drawn you to Toussaint. Perhaps you'll find time to probe a certain matter in spite of this. I recently came across the mention of one Professor Moreau, a scholar in Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. Though the details are rather murky, as is the location of the scholar's laboratory, his journal could contain more information. It lies buried with him in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the book I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. I felt this matter could prove of some importance to you, thus I dispatched this letter without delay. Whatever you decide, please take exceedingly good care of yourself. Your Yen.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
You smell that? Those are the vapors of Toussaint.
I am Barnabas Basil Faulty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corfu Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary, demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his great-great-great-great-grandfather. Indeed, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine?
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight someone could enjoy it. It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Beaulius.
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill. Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor. Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
No one can grip the
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great-aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great-aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to major domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
I work from dawn to dusk's last light. Then
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasure.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
You smell that? Those are the vapors of Tucson.
Marcel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
She's fit to wed. Oh, so fit.
Below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
I've a daughter, you know. She's fit to wed.
I can't see
so fit.
through these cataracts.
Have to try it one of these days.
Seek out the Witcher. Our knights rode as far as the land they call Velen. Such famine rages there. Why, they bake bread out of acorns and have never so much as
Nice
a
well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago, during the raucous feasts Master Beaulius held with wine.
I can't believe it.
There's a tale about a guest attending a Beaulius school for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming. Finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired and began preaching the wisdoms of Lebioda.
You smell that? Those are the vapors of Utsav.
His wife Nina kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation. Madame Nina planted and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
You smell that? Those... You smell that? Those are the vapors of Utsav.
Wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
The cellars, voila. Jury kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the mess, which
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
Drink up while you're young.
as you can see, the facade is, to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
It could use a bit of subtle paint.
Welcome inside.
ये तख्त और ताज जितने सुनहरे लगते हैं, उतने नोकीले भी हैं। इस तख्त पर बैठकर हमें खुशी भी हो रही है और फिक्र भी।
Not a bad idea.
क्योंकि इस वक्त हमारे चारों तरफ दुश्मन ही दुश्मन है, और सबसे बड़ा मसला तो ये कमबख्त मंगोल हैं। हमें तुम्हारे ये खोखले दावे नहीं, सिर्फ और सिर्फ फतेह चाहिए।
Seen the full lay of the land. Corfo Bianco is a beautiful estate, though one must have taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
हम जाएंगे मंगोलों से लड़ने। सुल्तान, आपका यकीन ही हमारी फतेह है।
Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Almost decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists, highly skilled at what they do. It shall not take them too long, I wager. 2 days after they begin, your eyes will behold your residence in its refurbished, rejuvenated, beautified state.